Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
To our new passengers, aloha and welcome aboard.
Hey everybody, you found us, the gateway to the magic. This is Tim Scott.
I'm Bob Collar.
And this is ResortLoop.com. How you doing, Bob?
I'm good, Tim. How are you?
I'm very excited that we are on episode 51.
Yes, this actually this ties in with our theme today.
Oh,
cool. And I'm gonna see if you know how does 51 tie in with what we're going to talk about today.
51.
It's a little quiz.
51.
51. Think. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Think Area 51.
Area 51.
Yeah. And what's the show about today?
The show is about area.
All right. That's it. We're done.
It's one up from the 50th state.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Hey, thank you.
That's close.
I tried.
But out of all the Disney movies, who should be in Area 51?
Stitch?
Stitch.
Hey,
boy, we're taking a long time getting there.
We are, but you tied it in a nice little bow.
Tried to tie it in there. Yeah, our show today, before we get to the shout outs, but our show today is very exciting because one of our good friends, Dave Tupper,
yes,
from Hawaii, he was gracious enough to send us an audio trip report of
Aulani.
Your turn. Aulani. Oh, I stepped all over you.
That's all right. He is our unofficial Aulani correspondent.
Isn't that cool?
Our boots on the ground.
The man lives 5 minutes away.
That has to be tough.
Well, if any of you have followed along on some of our pictures that we've been posting on our website and Facebook, all the ones from Hawaii are from Dave. So
Dave's been working hard for us.
He has. Very cool. So we will get to the show in a minute. We do have some shout outs, right, Tim?
We absolutely do.
All right.
Start it off?
Hit me.
Excellent. Well, it's our friend Gary Zarelli.
Hi, Gary.
Hey, Gary. How you doing? He is going to Disney World and he's staying at Old Key West in October. And he wants us to send a special shout-out to Amanda and Ashley. He said they're listening, and he thanks us for a great podcast. But, Gary, thank you for listening to us, and you're going to have a great time.
Hi, girls. I've got one from Sean Woosley, our buddy Fish Sean Woo.
Yes.
He said remember we did the shout out for him and his kids. So said he listened to that podcast on the way to work and wanted to thank us for that shout out. His kids are going to be surprised. We can't wait to hear how that goes. And he says, by the way, my buddy at work, we're going to throw his buddy under the bus here. Craig Notarange has been calling him a looper for about 5 months now. How about that?
That is awesome.
It's out there, man.
I love the loopers.
So do I. That is so cool.
Oh, my goodness. Susan Buckley Brass, new friend of the show.
Yeah.
Actually, she's been with us for a while now. But Susan says we had a very cute episode this morning. I think she's talking about our surprise trips and the little surprise with my daughter at the end. She says she enjoys the countdown to their trips. It's just her and her husband, and they don't go often, but they like to savor the planning portion of the trips. I could not agree more. She said the wait can be painful at times, but gathering items for the trip during routine shopping are the little bursts of excitement when you think about the trip during a rough day at work, and it makes it well worth it. She says,
absolutely.
Yeah, she says the anticipation spreads out the magic over several months instead of a week. That's a good point.
Yeah, I know Patty and I, same thing. We know that we're going, and it's so exciting to know you're getting ready to go.
Yeah, sometimes you'll pick up that can of sunscreen and you go, we're going to have to take this on vacation. Might as well pick it up now.
That's right. I was a little tangent here. There you go.
There it goes.
Okay. I happened to stop in AAA yesterday and just had to pick up a map and you see all the Disney stuff, the cruise ships.
Yes.
It makes you want to go.
It does.
Anyway, we've got a very special shout out to a new listener of ours, our new friend Kevin Terry, who sent us a fantastic picture of him listening to ResortLoop.com on the Resort Loop.
At the Polynesian, too.
Of all places.
Oh.
Wasn't that very cool?
That was awesome. That just brightens my day.
I hope he had a Dole Whip on us. Well, I mean, him pay for it. But
Right. Let's see. Terry Pritchard. Mr. Pritchard on the Twitter, he says, he thinks Dawn's tip of the day, from my wife, would be a great little bit for every podcast.
That would be very cool.
I said something to her. She said, well, you have to let her know what we're doing beforehand, and she'd be glad to throw out some tips of the day for us. So,
all right.
We'll try to mix some of those in down the road. I know she enjoys doing it, and let's face it, she's smarter than both of us. So,
well, I tell you what, since our well, that's absolutely true. Since our story today, or our show today, is about Hawaii, my tip of the day, and she's going to love this.
Yes,
you take her to Hawaii.
Oh, I'd love to take her to Hawaii. I would love it.
A little peer pressure.
A little peer pressure. Oh my goodness.
Let's see. Christy, who goes by @SongOfFrogs, says, just listen to episode number 50. It's so sweet that your daughter wanted to go to Houston.
Yes, it was. We felt kind of bad, but you heard at the end. She got into it there at the end, so.
Right.
I think you could hear, we were on the balcony at the Contemporary, overlooking the park, and I think you could hear the fireworks in the background, so. Once she saw that, she was sold, so.
Absolutely.
That or she drank the Kool-Aid, and the mind control agents were taking over at that point.
We have conditioned our children well.
From our email, we got Daisy Lauren. She goes, hi guys, listening to the show today, I wanted to share the surprise story for those with older kids. One Friday afternoon, when she was in high school, I went to throw my backpack in my trunk, and it was full of balloons and a poster that said, come home, we're going to Disney World. Oh. I was so excited. When I got behind the wheel, there was a Post-it note stuck there that said, Mickey hates speeders. Best surprise ever. Oh, Daisy, thank you for sharing that. That is very cool.
That is awesome.
Oh, my gosh.
That would be... Anybody wants to do that to me, feel free. I'll leave the car open. Let's see. On Twitter, we had James Y., who said, I know I'm late, but I had to share. For Jess's birthday 2 years ago, I bought her a luggage set. Each piece was stuffed inside the larger one. She started with the largest one, and she kept opening them to reveal smaller ones inside. When she opened the last one, there was a note that said, we're going to Walt Disney World.
That's a commercial right there.
I'm telling you. That is fantastic. And that goes kind of with a special shout out to one of our listeners, James, who goes by J Tucker 863. I think that's our buddy from Alabama. I'm not sure, Tim, but
sounds like it could be. Yes,
I think so. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Anyway, he sent us a video, which we really appreciate. It was fantastic, of his granddaughter opening suitcases just like that, and inside the pockets there was a Disney book. And they said, we're going to Walt Disney World. And she screams and falls on the couch and all that. It's so cute. It's a great, again, another one that would be a great commercial for Disney.
Oh, that would be cute. That is awesome.
Yeah. So that's all I got as far as shout outs.
Okay. Can I send out one more?
Oh, absolutely.
This is just a quick personal one to our friend Michael Black.
Yeah. Hey, Michael.
We were going to try to get together when I was down there for that one day. And,
yeah.
And I just couldn't make it, and I couldn't get a hold of him. And it was just, one of those things when you're there for like a day, how fast the day goes.
Oh, yes, it does.
So just a little shout out to Michael that we didn't totally forget about you, but would have liked to see you. We'll have to do that on a future trip. So
absolutely.
That might be a good maybe trip. You have one day, 8 hours. What would you do?
Yeah, there you go.
We didn't do nearly what we thought we were going to be able to do.
Yeah, you always think you're going to have so much more time.
Yeah.
Even when you're down there for a week, you think you're going to have so much more time. But what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Michael, we'll catch up with you again. I can't wait to see him again next time we come down, because he's a good guy.
He's a great guy.
Yeah. So Dave Tupper.
Mr. Tupper.
Mr. Tupper, who's been with us for a very long time, very good friend of the show, was kind enough to send us out this audio review of Disney's Aulani. Take it away, Dave.
Hello, and welcome to Disney Aulani Resort and Spa in Hawaii. My name is David Tupper. You can find me on Twitter at DSTupper, Or you can also find me at my website. It's kidsadventureshawaii.com. Tim and Bob asked me to do an introductory to Aulani and what it's about, what it's like here. I live 5 minutes from here, so my wife and I and my kid, my Allison, my baby Rose, we are out here all the time to soak this place in. We're DVC members, and so we come out here as often as we can. But just as you come up into Disney's Aulani, you will come across the plants and decorations that are outside. Now, a lot of these plants that are out there aren't just there to be seen. They're actually used in the restaurants. You will see breadfruit hanging from the trees. You will see a lot of the plants in the front there that actually are used. So that's really neat. I like how they incorporate all of that into the resort. Now, as you come up in the carport, there's actual Menehune hiding in the rafters. Now, the Menehune are a race here in Hawaii that are full of character. They're very mischievous. They call it kalohe. They're full of kalohe. So whenever you're missing your room key or you can't find one of your shoes, that is the work of the Menehune. It is also rumored that if you put your homework out with some food, the Menehune will do it for you. Now, if the Menehune don't like the food that you put out, maybe they'll do it wrong. There's all kinds of different things that the Menehune are up to here at Aulani. It's a lot of fun, and it is part of the resort. Right as you come into the main lobby area, one of the things I want to talk to you about is there's just so much to see. Don't rush in. There's so much to drink in as you look around. One of the first things you'll see is these standards that have feathers all around them. Now, the feathers were rare in ancient Hawaii, so it was owned by the royalty. It was a sign of power and wealth. So they are right there by the door. The next thing you'll see is some beautiful statues that have been carved to perfection by local Hawaiian artists. Actually, an interesting point about Aulani is that there is more modern Hawaiian art in this resort than anywhere else in the islands. It is a beautiful place just to walk around and use your eyes to drink in the beautiful art that's around here. When you look up, you will see a mural that surrounds that entire lobby area. Now, this mural, you'll see that it doesn't repeat. It's telling a story. It's telling a story about the ancient Hawaii people. It is fascinating to look at. And above that, you will see the tapa. Tapa is a cloth that the ancient Hawaiians would make with tree bark, and they would pound it out and they would decorate it with dyes. And they would decorate it beautifully. And it's really interesting how when you look up into the ceiling there, you will see the tapa decorating the ceiling. It's very interesting to look at all of that and drink it in. You will also see the lights made out of gourds. Beautifully done. And the whole thing really has such a genuine local flavor to it. There's hidden Mickeys all around. You can't just rush through. It's amazing to see all the things hidden. Not just hidden Mickeys though. It's also, there's different animals and different things hidden in the stone and the rock. Now that's all over the resort. And so it's always fun to walk through. My baby girl loves to not only look for the Menehunes and to show her friends the Menehunes, but she also loves to look for the animals and the different things that are carved into the rock and to show her friends. And she gets so excited because we all get excited. It's fun to see, oh, look, there's an octopus. But I don't want to spoil it too much for you, but there's a lot of fun things to look for. Now, when you first come in, the younger guests will get a Menehune necklace. This is a necklace to show the Menehune that those young folks are friends of the Menehune. So that's a really neat thing that they bring into it. They get a Menehune necklace. The rest of us, not as young kids, we get leis. So that's a lot of fun as you come in. If you checked in online, you will get your room keys with all your names on them and everything like that. If you checked in perfectly, you don't even need to go to the front desk. They'll have your room keys there. They'll have everything you need to go down to the pool and just get into it. So that is a really neat touch. I like how they do that right when you come in. But if you do have to go to the main desk, but you know what? I'm getting ahead of myself. That's not where I want to go yet. So we came in, we saw the mural, we saw the top. The next thing I want to do is take you out, going straight out and look into the Waikoloa Valley. Now from there you'll see the lazy river, you will see the fish pond, you will see the volcano. All of this has so much to explore, but the view from the lanai up there, in Hawaii you call that a lanai, in the mainland you call that a porch. I'm not sure what they call it in Europe or Australia or wherever else, but from the lanai up there is a beautiful view of Waikoloa Valley. It is breathtaking up there. So you drink that in. You got a map right there in front of you that can read and kind of get your bearings. You can leave that view and then you go over to the front desk. Now the mural behind the front desk is pictures that have been taken by children before the resort was built, kind of showing the colors of the islands. And so all these pictures were donated and they were handpicked by kids to show off our islands. And so that's really neat to look at. So within the lobby, there's also a lot of inviting chairs and couches to relax on while you're maybe waiting for something. But the other thing that's a lot of fun for the kids is that children's waiting area. That is fun. It has all kinds of things to explore. The pictures in there are not necessarily just pictures. There's interesting things that happen all through that kids area and things to look at. So that is definitely an adventure in itself. As we leave that area, we're checked in now. We go over to the left where there's the general store there. The general store is full of all kinds of exciting, fun things in there. I always like to get a couple of things from there and send to my friends that do not live here in Hawaii, because it is a lot of it is merchandise that is Aulani specific, and it's really neat to send somebody something for their birthday or something like that they love Disney, and here's some Aulani Mickey magic. That's always fun to give. Now across from the general store there is kind of a magical place. It looks just like a sitting room, okay? But in there you will find some different furniture and things like that, but one of them looks like a cabinet. It's just sitting there, looking as general as ever. However, there's some magic in the keyhole. So that's just a little something for you there. Who knows what'll happen with that? Now, also out on the lanai are some amazing chairs to sit out there. Now, my wife and I, we like to come up, we take in some Hawaiian music when we're not staying here, we relax. That's also another great place to sit and just enjoy the music up there in those chairs. So there's one more thing that I want to share with you folks before I give you back to Bob and Tim, and that is something that I found out today. It's kind of I don't think they came out with this yet, but one of the things I really love is the scavenger hunt that they have here. This is the best place, the best thing to do to learn about the Menehune. Now, the scavenger hunt currently uses a device like an iPhone or something like that, but they're looking to upgrade. Now, the reason I found this out was because today when I was walking back to the locker room to change my clothes, I saw one of the staff using a iPad mini, and they were doing the scavenger hunt. And so I went right to the living room and said, hey, can we use our own devices now? Can I use my iPhone? Can I use an iPad mini or an iPad to do the scavenger hunt now if I'm staying here? And they said, no, what you actually saw was our R&D department they're looking to upgrade to iPad minis. So that is a neat little bonus to you folks out there on the Resort Loop. The scavenger hunt here at Aulani is going to upgrade to some nicer devices, which will mean better connections to the servers and things like that, as well as just a better experience. But those scavenger hunts are fantastic. But I'll talk about those later. So thank you so much for letting me talk to you a little bit about Aulani and one of my favorite places. I always say one of my favorite places because I love the parks. I love to get off of Hawaii and go back and see Disneyland. I haven't been to Disney World yet, but I want to go. But this is definitely a nice place to have 5 minutes from my house. So again, if you want to follow me at all on Twitter, that'd be great. I am at DS Tupper, and my website is Kids Adventures Hawaii. Have a magical, magical day.
Hey, Dave, that was a fantastic report. Thank you very much. Who'd have known about these Menehunes?
That's kind of my nickname for you, by the way.
Oh. Very nice. I should put that on my license plate.
Actually, I think that's my kids' nickname for their mom, because they just leave the homework laying out and magically kids. No, kids do their own. They do their own homework. But you know what? So I got interested after Dave had sent us this, and all the Hawaiian words mean something.
Yes.
So I checked to see what Aulani means, and it means King's Messenger. So I don't know what that means. Why they used? I mean, it's a beautiful name.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
But what is the meaning behind King's Messenger? I don't know.
We'll have to send that out to Dave.
Yeah, maybe he can research that for us. But we're going to have other shows from Dave. He's been kind enough to do some segments for us, so we really appreciate that.
He did a fantastic job. Dave, thank you so much.
Absolutely, he did. And Dave, as you know, Tim, Dave is thinking about doing his own podcast on travels to Hawaii. So I encourage everybody to get in touch with Dave and encourage him to do that, because I really want to listen to it.
I want to listen to it, and he would do a great job with it. So Dave, absolutely. If you need a hand with anything, let us know.
Absolutely, absolutely. So again, thanks, Dave Tupper, for a great review of Aulani. Tim, that's all I got.
Excellent. And I will also put a link to his website in our show notes. So if you missed that, go follow Mr. Tupper and see what he's got going on. I like it.
Fantastic.
Excellent. Well, that's all I have as well, Bob. I think maybe we need to wrap this one up.
Sounds good.
Excellent. Well, I'm Tim Scott. You can find me on Resort Loop Tim on Twitter. You can also find us on our website, ResortLoop.com.
I'm Bob Collar. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook /Resort Loop. Review us on iTunes, and you can find me on Twitter as well. So,
and you can also find us on Stitcher.
Yay, Stitcher!
No,
we got a lot
Stitcher.
of Stitcher listeners. So
Stitcher's coming on strong.
Yeah, absolutely. So, thanks a lot, guys. We really appreciate you guys listening.
Thank you very much. This has been ResortLoop.com, your gateway to the magic.
See you, everybody. Take it away, Tim.
I thought you were going to say take it away, Dave.
I should say that.